Hey, it's Ed Moses here, and welcome back to Project Mindset. And you know, when I created Project Mindset, the whole idea was to find a better way of doing things, a better lifestyle for people. And so that's why I created Project Mindset. And excuse the condition of my room here. Christmas is coming. It's December, as you know, and I kind of put a lot of gifts in this room. Well, I bring them in so that I can get them wrapped and all that. So again, excuse that. But anyway, I today am going to talk to you about the Tao Te Ching. I just finished a book by Laozi called the Tao Te Ching. This, of course, is a translated book. It's actually a very ancient philosophical masterpiece. And I've seen all kinds of different dates now for Laozi. This particular book says that he was no earlier than 250 BC. And I saw something else that said he was like 5 BC. So I'm not 100% sure when Laozi existed. If this book is correct, it's around 250 BC. He was later than Confucius. Confucius came before him. But this particular one was translated by Chad Hansen, and the book is actually. It looks like it's a pretty thick book. There's a lot of extra information in here, kind of explaining the philosophy in Laozi and the period and all this other interesting stuff. But what I really want to cover is the actual philosophical masterpiece itself, the Tao Te Ching. And when I first heard about it, it was like all these great people were saying, "Oh man, this is a masterpiece. It's really something worth reading." And I've heard Dr. Wayne Dwyer, talk about it. Eckhart Tolle talk about it. And it's like, well, if these great minds are recommending this, I better give me a copy and start reading it. So just finished the 81 lessons, and don't get me right here. I am going to go back and reread these all 81 again. I'm rereading one a day because I want to really soak in what the lessons are and understand better what they are. And these lessons range anywhere from like social to greed, just a number of things, being conservative, and it's just a way of creating more balance in one's life by realizing that in much of our life, less is actually more. I know, in this technological world that we live in now, a lot of people might say, well, that's kind of an outdated philosophy, a book that just really probably has no meaning or much use in today's world. But I look at this as, because of all the technology, a lot of people, they sit in front of a computer. That's all they do anymore, whether it's for work, whether it's for play. If you're not in front of a computer, you're in front of a television set. If you're not doing that, a lot of people are playing video games. Everything has become technological in some way, shape, or form, including automobiles. Everything is technical. And we've reached a point where perhaps technology has made a complete and total unbalance in our life to where we actually forget about nature. Nature is where balance actually exists. Nature is the reason that we're here, and everything that exists in this world is here. It would not be here otherwise. And because we are now, many humans are out of balance with nature, I would say that this book is even more important now than ever, because there has to be some sort of way to even things out again, to get the mind in a balanced manner. And reading something like this, I believe is actually a very good thing. Now, one thing I will tell you, that when you read this book, because of its age, you're gonna see some things in there, that some words that are just kind of, okay, that's really odd. Now, some of it's because this translates from Chinese to English, you know, and I know it translates to other languages in other countries as well. And there are some words in Chinese that we don't have English words for, and there are some English words that don't translate to Chinese. So what you end up with is as close as they could come to explaining what the lesson is trying to say. And so it could be a little confusing sometimes. What I recommend is when you actually read from this book or one of the many translations, read each sentence and put a vision in your head. You start using your imagination with it and visualize what it is you're reading. And as you visualize it, you can make more sense of it. Like one common word that's used in here quite a bit is sages. Simply put, a sage is somebody who is living in balance. It is somebody that has found the balance in their life. And Laozi will tell you in quite a few of these passages that this is what the sages do. This is what they do. It's quite amazing book. Here's lesson 32 on simplicity, names, and institutions. Ways fix on a nameless, uncarved block. Although small, none in the social world can make it serve. If fife-holding kings could sustain it, 10,000 natural kinds would treat themselves as honored guests. The sky and earth would intermingle and make sweet dew. Subjects, without instruction, would put themselves in parity. As you start to institutionalize, there are names. As soon as there are names, generally, you really should know to stop. If you know to stop, you can avoid danger. Think of the role of ways in the social world as like brooks and ravines flowing into rivers and oceans. It's actually very enlightening, you know, when you read a passage like that. Now, when you hear where he says like 10,000 natural kinds, what's actually happening there, he's just saying that there's just thousands upon thousands of people following the same train of thought, you know. So that's not an actual number. It's just kind of a comparison. There's this, you know, there's just thousands of those possibilities. So, but if you can, you know, you can see the balance in what he's saying. If you know when to stop, you can avoid danger. If you know when to stop, you can avoid danger. You know, many people, they don't know when to stop. They just keep going until they finally fall off the cliff. And then they don't know how they got there, you know. So, but there's just a lot of good lessons in this book. I would recommend reading it. It's a philosophical masterpiece. It's an awesome book. I picked this particular copy up at Barnes & Noble. So if you're in the United States, you could probably go to Barnes & Noble and find one right now. So otherwise, you can go to Amazon. I'm sure they've got them. And BarnesandNoble.com would probably sell them online. So anyway, I really felt this was an important book to share with you, because it really is worth creating balance in your life. It just makes sense, you know. And you know, regardless of when Laozi really existed, it's really hard to say. It doesn't matter, because I think on a philosophical level, this is timeless. I really believe that it can be used in any time. It's you know, just try to understand it and realize how to create that balance in your life, and what these words are really saying to you. So anyway, it fits right into Project Mindset, because you know, in Project Mindset, I'm always looking for a better way of doing things, and you know, this is one way I think we can help create a better way for you to do things. And my goal here is to inspire you, and through the inspiration, you know, how you use project mindset is really up to you. The main thing is that you walk away with something bigger than what you had when you came. And I can tell you one thing, project mindset is just a better way. So I thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I do appreciate any comments that you leave, and I will see you in the next video. You have a great day now. Bye.